Okay, there we go. Don't know exactly what was up with that, but at least we're good now. Both runners on the start screen, and it looks like there's an immediate slight difference between these guys' games. We see Triple going to be in traditional Chinese and David going to be in simplified. So, very, very slight difference. In any percent, when tasked, traditional Chinese is very slightly faster than simplified, so not going to make much of a difference, but interesting to note, Triple technically on the optimal version of the game, and David going to be losing, 9 frames over
I
the
believe it's
course of the
12.
entire run.
I believe it is 12.
12, yeah, it's very minuscule, but at the same time, hey,
My
you never
fraction
know,
of
some of these
12
can get really close.
frames.
Mm-hmm. Here we go, off into Cap Kingdom. Tutorial Kingdom for the game, and kind of the Tutorial Kingdom for the whole run. You get to see a lot of the movement that we're going to be exhibiting throughout this entire run, just in Cap. You get to see a lot of rolling the fastest form of movement in this game. Lots of roll cancels to preserve some speed, going through doors and doing some jumps. And get to see some vectoring coming up right here. Both of the runners capturing a frog, and then going to be moving diagonally with the frog because the X and Z speeds when you're moving in the air are both preserved, so you can go slightly faster when you're moving diagonally. So you'll see that trick abused a bit throughout this run, and interesting to keep noting. And another difference, David opting to go for right side and Triple failing left side. So there's a slightly faster strategy to get up to this topper fight that both runners are going through right now, and that is to take the path that Triple went for and get a nice jump to get up to the top. But fortunately, I believe Triple missed it. Maybe I'm wrong.
I was talking in chat for a second there. My mistake. My bad.
Oh no, it's all good.
It's Cap Kingdom. And they're finishing roughly the same time anyway, so we're good.
But here we go, entering into Cascade. Here we get to see, we were introduced in Cascade to the main collectible of this game, the Power Moon. Throughout the run, the runners are going to be trying to collect a lot of these to progress through the game, get out of every kingdom, and just move through the game. So here's our first one. And a little bit of sloppiness from David. Triple going to be taking the lead, just with some more clean movement coming out of that chain jump. So throughout this game, there's just a whole lot of tricks that save a lot of time, but honestly, more important throughout the course of the entire run is just having very optimal lines and pathing from moon to moon. Saves a lot of time over the course of a whole hour.
Right, and both players going for the Dino Skip.
Yep. No DSS today, very smart. Don't want to be losing 10 plus seconds to a failed Dino Skip here. DSS here.
Right.
Very nice skips overall.
Yeah, no troubles.
Triple going for that life up part to the left there to grab 5 extra coins. You do need 100 coins by Wooded Kingdom, which can be a little bit challenging. Actually, 37 is a bit low for Triple. He should be fine because you have to get all the way. You have to go through Lake and Sand Kingdom first, but a little bit low.
Yeah, that's probably why they got the life up part. They realized they haven't been getting a lot. Like, they didn't get any really in Cap Kingdom.
Okay, that's a good chunk he just collected in the end of the Madame Buddha fight. Got about 5 more there. That's 42, I think, total. So there's 3 that you get required by the route, 50 also required by the route, so that puts him at 92.
Well, not required, but it's right there.
I mean, it is required if you want to complete the route, because otherwise you're just not going to have enough coins. And then I believe the fastest backup for Wooded Shop is actually the Piranha Moon, which is just a huge time loss. So definitely want to be at that 100 coin margin.
Right.
But no chest clip today either. No DSS nor chest clip. Totally understandable. I'm a fan of chest clip because missing the trick doesn't lose a lot of time, and even if it only saves half a second, it's just kind of a cool trick. Plus, it adds a chest clip into the run. As you will see, there are a lot of potential chest clips we do in this game.
Yeah, David having a little bit of a late capture on the Odyssey. Spin throw just didn't want to do what they wanted.
Yeah, David had a little bit of trouble in this whole cascade. Not really getting a dive input out of the chain chomp at the beginning and having some struggles with Madame Brood. Thankfully not too far behind, but definitely a frustrating way to start off the run. Hopefully he's able to keep it calm. Can be a little bit frustrating to make mistakes early on, especially versus an opponent with a significantly faster PB, so hopefully he's able to keep it together. But yeah, now mashing through these text boxes. Mashing in this game is... It can be surprisingly costly. You're not going to lose a ton, but just clicking A and B with rhythmically so you don't have extra text box frames is just... It adds up over the course of the run. I lose a lot of time to suboptimal mashing, and it looked like Triple had some pretty good stuff there. But here comes planting the DSTA seed, and looks like Triple's going to be going for reverse town. A slightly faster way to go through the beginning part of Sand Kingdom. We see David taking the more standard approach, going to be going up top to this, I don't know, is that like a light post or something? But either way, collecting that moon, while Triple is going for the employees only first, then grabbing the seed, which grows thanks to adjusting the clock at the beginning of the run. And then now, going to be grabbing that moon that David got earlier. Meanwhile, David collecting the seed moon and going to be entering employees only, but we should focus on Triple as he does this really... Oh! Messing up the triple jump. And having to grab that boon a little bit more sloppily, but making it work. Not going to be missing the bird, which would actually be a large time loss. So, overall, not the worst thing in the world.
Taking a bit of time there.
Yeah.
And Triple gonna have to redo the moon on top of the arch. Okay, coming back over there, but that's gonna give David a good amount of catch up.
Yep, 3 seconds apart now, so much closer. David at a nice 69 coins as Triple sets up for Dram.
Nice.
Oh, that's
early
gonna
Dram.
lose a lot of time. I don't know what the best backup is though. Normally, if I capture the bullet bill early, I spawn the crate that Triple just spawned.
Yeah, that actually makes sense. Yeah, you would just go back to it, I guess. It'd be awkward.
Oh, and this is not good bullet position for David at all. That first one's gonna blow up, and he's gonna have to wait for another cycle. Yeah, not the best backup by any means by David. That's gonna cost 10, honestly, probably about 10 seconds, which is not what you want to be looking at the start of the race. But on the other side, Triple going for reverse Jaxie, making it up top, no problem. I assume David will do the same. Oh, nope. Oh, and he didn't grab the checkpoint. Oh my god. This is really bad for TripleX. Well, okay, it's hard to say who's even in the lead at this point, because they're at the same moon count, but David is in a much better position for the whole entire run. Let's see if Triple knows his backup. You can do the same reverse Jaxie movement if you grab the moon like this, but... Oh, he doesn't know that! And going to be capturing the bullet bill. They're basically dead even right now. The time it takes to roll from the treasure chest is about the same time as it takes to roll from... Oh, but coins! He lost 10 No, he lost a lot of coins, because
wow,
not only...
this is gonna be a problem.
Because he activated the chest, but he didn't get all the 50 coins from it. Man, I didn't even think about that. Even though we mentioned it earlier, that is brutal. So David, not only with an obvious lead, actually has a much larger lead, just in the sense that TripleX either needs to get 23 coins or do a far slower wooded route. So
I don't even think I don't know where you can get 23 coins without like going really out of your way.
What I'm thinking currently, if he does Rango and knows how to get all 20 coins in there, that would only lose like 5 seconds and would definitely be better than changing your wooded route. But and the lake route is with Rango is pretty easy, very standard. Most runners will know it because you generally start off doing the Lake Rango route that you do in World Peace before you actually transition to doing Lake Clip, which we will probably see David doing. So TripleX could do that. That'll lose him a little bit of time in Lake and a little bit of time when he has to take the Warp Text later on. But I think that's his best option. Just getting those 20 coins, if he's able to get all 20 of them, is much better. Much better.
I kind of Lake slip, the coins in Lake slipped my mind for a second. But yeah, so Lake Kingdom should make this doable, but it's very pretty much definitely cutting it close.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. And he needs to get all of the coins from Rango and then have optimal coin routing for the rest of Wooded if he decides to do this.
Needs the stack of coins.
I think there's theoretically a way he could do it with this coin stack.
That's 10, yeah.
But then, since he got that, that's not very reliable. But I think he now has an option to still go for Lake Clip if he collects these coins right inside of the zipper. You see, David just walked past that one coin, and yes, Triple is going to be going for these, and there you go, he's at 104. Okay. But here's Lake Clip. Okay. Okay, David. Jeez, I don't even go for that. Triple does too.
Oh, in a bathtub!
No! Well, it looks like TripleX is going to be getting those 20 coins from Rango, aforementioned. Oh my god.
That is brutal.
This is brutal. So David, at a very early lead in this match. Let's see if he can hold on. Been playing decently smoothly this since getting out of Cascade, so maybe feeling a little bit better, more comfortable with the grip right now. I know Joy-Cons are a little bit clunky to hold, and David, Purple Coin Extraordinaire, kind of needs the down throws for the Joy-Cons to collect them. But yeah, let's see what happens for the rest of this race.
I mean, yeah, Dave's gonna have a substantial lead out of this kingdom. Which we don't have splits going on the stat sheet, so I'm just kind of winging it. And so we'll see what the times are when when we see them, because I gotta look for them.
Yeah. Yeah, bathtubing is a pretty hefty time loss, so definitely not what you want to be seeing in a tournament match that'll hedge your bets of getting on into the main bracket. But here we go, David exiting and TripleX in the multi-moon cutscene. But up next we got Wooded Kingdom. Wooded, a very, very polarizing kingdom, as we saw yesterday in a couple of races. Lots of areas you can either take a death or, arguably worse, fall into Deep Woods. I personally greatly prefer falling into Deep Woods, but essentially that's a lower part of the kingdom that has a few pretty fast moons, around 5, but completely screws up the route you have to do, and you need to come up with something on the fly. So very detrimental to fall in there, because they're not as fast as the normal route, and you're generally not accustomed to the route you're going to have to do. So plenty of ways to lose a lot of time in Wooded, lots of risky movement, and can be very deciding. That's not even to mention Nut Clip.
Yeah.
Nut Clip, one of the defining tricks of this kingdom, able to clip out of bounds and get a lot of pretty quick moons, but if you miss it, you're going to be taking around a 20-second time loss, minimum.
Yeah, we got about a 23-second difference coming into Wooded.
David collecting the shot moon now and going to be heading up for atop a tall tree. Yep. Slightly faster route than collecting the story moon in the middle of the kingdom, but much more common now than it was originally. I believe some extra time saves were found in it that makes it more than the 3 seconds it used to save, so much more worth going for now. And here Nut Clip comes for David. Sounds good, couldn't quite see it, but yes, that's a pretty high warp. Now working his way up to this out-of-bounds wall kick. Getting the moon, very nice. Falling there is very detrimental.
Oh! David not going to be able to make the jump out of the wall. Gonna fall down here. Luckily, it's not a huge loss because they already got the moons out of bounds, so they can just kind of climb out this way. But yeah.
Yeah, so now looking like about even with TripleX. Or wait, no, Triple having some error. Triple making up a lot of time from that, but having a few errors with the out of bounds movement himself, so gonna have to work his way back up to David still. But very nice backup movement from David. Not taking a dip into deep woods, always a good thing. Yeah, now both runners actually in a position to proceed with the traditional wooded run. Still plenty of places to lose time, so we got to be very careful for the rest of this. But going through the red maze, now going to be exiting, looping around to get a nut at the dead end. And not opting to get the checkpoint. It's rather risky. Taking a death here would put you at the very beginning of the kingdom, so hopefully we don't see any flower road skip mishaps. Not unheard of. Not the most common thing to mess up, but here it comes for David. Did Triple get the checkpoint? I missed it. Alright, David getting a nice flower road skip. Not quite over. But there we go. Alright, no issues from David.
Triple doing the same.
Nicely done.
Okay, I'm moving on to the sewers. Momentarily, of course.
So here we go. Entering flooded pipeway. Playing it very safe. Interesting strat for that pipeway for David. Taking some time just to stop and relax in the middle of it. Never seen that before, but making it work, getting the same cycle as TripleX actually.
Ooh! Yeah, it's gonna be a cycle lost for TripleX.
Yeah, I think that's about 10 seconds. Not what you want to see at all. And also getting the warp text. And gotta check out that you got all the moons too.
Yeah, because they didn't do Lake Cliff.
Yep. But yeah, it's good. It's good that Triple got the checkpoint though. Just in case Flower Road skip goes awry, always good to have that backup. But here we go, off to Cloud Kingdom. One of the more, I suppose, straightforward kingdoms of the route. Just a short little Bowser fight, and then potentially a Luigi hit, but Bowser fight, and then we're off to one of the more intense kingdoms. So we get a little bit of a break here. All right. Okay.
Oh,
Well,
David
never
gonna
mind.
fall down, not getting a cloud boost at all, just going right into the
Okay. You know,
I guess
why
just
not?
going skydiving.
Why not take
Again!
two? Why not take two? You know,
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, help TripleX catch up a little bit. And TripleX
Oh,
actually
well,
taking the lead. Never mind!
Here we go.
Never mind.
Like...
Never, yeah. It was a great idea. They wanted,
Triple X...
they wanted to see the world.
Oh my god, okay, I thought it was gonna happen
What
again.
is
Triple X actually doing a spin throw to his camera, indicating, as I noticed, that he did a spin throw in an attempt for a spin throw roll cancel, and it just did not register, and he ended up just completely diving into the void. I mean, ground pounding into the void. Rather fucking... David going for the coin and not making it. Don't go too close, it won't work. I think this is okay. Okay. But hey, look, they're even! What happened?
Yeah, that is even now.
Oh my god. David
Wow.
with a slight lead. A very slight lead, but holy crap. Such shenanigans in Cloud of all kingdoms?
Right? Yeah,
Oh
you usually do not see a lead changing Cloud.
Yeah.
And this many
David...
as well. We've
Oh,
technically
totally.
seen like 2 lead change, 2 or 3 lead
Yeah.
changes already.
That's so funny. Yeah, David, technically up a little bit more than it seems, getting the Cloud Hinner. Did lose time to going for it, but at the same time, going to be up 200 coins going into Metro Kingdom, and that will save him a little bit of time. Triple will have to grab one of the coin Hinners in Metro Kingdom, so
yeah,
saving a little time there.
And
but
because
Lost
Kingdom's been around for so like the route has been around and unchanged for so long that at this point it's just up to movement. So like,
okay, playing safe here.
Okay, yeah, that right there is gonna lose David enough time for Triple to catch up, and so yeah, this is gonna be trading a bunch because of just differing movement, really, in this kingdom. So lead changes are not gonna be called probably. we're just gonna say what we say.
This is so intense.
Yeah.
David going for a little bit of.
Oh my god!
Oh,
that is a klepto.
Klepto, the bird in the Lost Kingdom that you go very far around the trigger zone to avoid, collecting a bunch of moons without triggering him. Unfortunately, if you take a fall, that happens, and you lose at least like 30 seconds. I don't even know. I don't think the time loss has been calculated, because you generally just reset if this happens. But very nice movement from David to reset. Clearly familiar with the backup Klepto, the backup for getting triggered, for triggering Klepto. That's very hard to say. Apologies for my incredible English. Yes, bonking there, that makes sense.
Yeah.
On the other side,
bonk
Triple
on literally any surface with Mario. It's ridiculous.
Oh my god, what is happening?
Well, considering that over the route, as Triple X, gonna have a very sizable lead coming out of Lost Kingdom now. David nearly doing the movement to activate Klepto. But
yeah, he actually had a pretty solid backup movement for that.
Yeah.
Going for reverse Trapedal in a pretty unorthodox way. Technically optimal time-wise, and getting it very nice. And not going for K triple. That's actually the right play there, because you may have noticed the Trapedal was in a slightly awkward position. That'll make it a little bit different to actually go for Cage Triple. So not sure if he just normally doesn't go for it, or if this was just a calculated play, but either way, correct decision making from David there. And Triple going for some BTT movement at the beginning of this night metro. Very nice.
Yeah, and it looks to be gonna be like a minute difference out of Lost Kingdom. So.
Oh, but
okay. Triple X can save that.
Okay, yeah, that's
a save, yeah.
Pretty solid backup movement. I approve of that backup. Not panicking, just taking the fall in stride.
Yeah.
But here we go. Heading over to City Hall. Definitely don't want to take any falls or deaths here. We'll lose a lot of time. First up, we got Goomba Heck. Interesting movement, doing a lot of motion control cap throws, saving 1 frame every time he does a motion control cap throw over just a normal Y press cap throw. So, nice small optimizations from TripleX there, getting up to the top and collecting this move. Little bit of a slow dive over there to get over to the ending platform, but not losing a ton of time. And now we've got everybody's favorite boss, Mecha Wiggler. Who doesn't like Mecha Wiggler, you know? I love RNG in my speedruns.
David going through Goomba Heck, showing off that they got those Joy-Cons as they were doing a couple down throws, and yeah, has trouble getting off the goal.
David tried to do the APC down throw to get those 3 purple coins. Unfortunately, not realizing that Joy-Cons don't help getting those 3 purple coins. It's better to use a ground pound down throw, which you can do with a throw con. But, you know...
Actually, it's still only got 2 of them. Aren't there 3 down there?
Oh, he didn't get any. He got the 2 that were on the wall that you could just get. But yes, pro con superiority, just gotta throw it out there, you know. But back to Mecha Wiggler. Triple having a little bit of trouble with the pattern, but should be okay not 3-cycling. There we go. Alright. No issues there with the pattern for Triple.
Yeah, it was it was cutting it, but they were fine.
Yeah. Yeah, the ending pattern for the second phase of the Mecha Wiggler is up to RNG, and you can get very screwed if it loops over itself, or you're just not prepared for whatever pattern you get, and then if you take too long to shoot all of the bulbs, then you have to deal with a 3rd cycle. So hopefully we can see David avoid this. Can't really afford much more time lost. So.
Or maybe you have controls that you're just not used to, like TripleX just did. Apparently had camera controls set to a different setting than they're used to for that fight. So.
Oh God. Yeah, for the longest time I actually didn't use camera controls for this fight. Oh, BTT movement for Triple? Letting go of Cappy and capturing this pylon. I don't know if that's actually much faster than the standard way of doing Metrodram, but very nice. Up next we got Scoot Clip. How did he do that? It didn't even look like he changed his arms. But did you see his arms? They didn't move. What happened? What was that? I'm calling cheats. What was that?
They dislocated their wrists.
Oh, clearly. But yeah, they just completely flipped over. Oops, sorry. They completely flipped over their arms, heated, and then just, you know, make it work. I guess. What was that? Triple, teach me your ways. I don't want to look like an idiot every time I do Scoot Clip by completely turning my arms over. Gosh.
I mean, there might be. It might be actually. Now thinking about it, it might be the dangerous trick of that. You don't have to do it sideways. You can do it lateral. You can just turn the controller towards you.
Oh, interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah.
But David also getting a clean drive-by. We can imagine that David actually looked like he was completely flipping his arms upside down like a normal SMO runner. Like, come on.
Yeah.
You gotta do it for the history, but either way, both of them making their way through Metro Kingdom pretty nicely. Oh, David, stop turning the camera! If you change the camera while trying to sit on a bench, you will not sit down, and David losing about 3 seconds to that. That was a sizable time loss. Having to wait out the entirety of the fall stun that you can just completely avoid gets canceled by the animation of talking to the guy. But unfortunately, moving your camera completely screws that over. But very clean bullet building from Triple. David starting to do some gambling. Not in a great position, but can still make this work. Alright, very nice adjustment. Now we're going to be making his way over to bullet building. Having a little bit of trouble clinging onto that pole briefly. But here we go. Pretty tight cycle in this room. Got to be very careful to make the poles work with you. Can be very trolly. Very close stuff for David. Don't know if he's going to be in time to make this cycle. Had a little bit of hesitation. Let's see what happens here. No, that is
Definitely
not
not
the
now.
way you want to miss that trick. Ah. Opting to
Was
play it
thinking about
safe.
the vault, but yeah.
Oh my gosh. I would honestly prefer the vault to taking the pulls. Oh, showing off some down throws. Nice roll cancel.
Nope.
No
Triple
reverse
X
people from
missing the
Triple X?
lever entirely.
See, Triple, if you'd done reverse people's room, that might not happen. Just saying. I'm just kidding.
Right.
Reverse people's
What
room,
are
a
these
very
people?
tough, very difficult trick.
Yeah, Triple just throwing
They're
his
just
hands in the air,
getting in the
not
way,
understanding that room. That was some crazy RNG. Like, I don't understand that. Yeah. Doing it again. It's like, what was that? I'm pretty sure, like, he did a home and cappy, he did home and cappy, and then it went into a person for a coin instead of the lever. And
Genius.
so,
You gotta love
yeah.
Cappy in this game. Always
Great.
looking out for Mario. Needs to
Yeah.
get the coins. You know, we want so many coins in this speedrun, and you know, it's just Cappy always looking out for Mario and homing in on the right thing.
Yeah.
But honestly, didn't really expect the lead to have changed this much. David probably over a minute behind Triple at this point. Maybe just under, but really unfortunate.
The down throw roll cancels.
Gotta show off the Joy-Cons. Completely useless in the 80% speedrun, but hey, you know, if you've got them, why not show them off, I guess.
Swag.
Or is it? I guess, sure.
It looks pretty swag.
Sure, yeah, we'll go with swag. Technically, like, I don't know, if you can do some motion control capital roll cancels with your Pro-Cons there, David, I can switch to Joy-Cons briefly if I want to do a down throw, but motion control capital roll cancels generally going to be more effective. Just gotta throw that out there. But, you know, play with what you're more comfortable with. I just prefer the Pro-Con. Joy-Cons are not optimal for any percent, so I will stick to my Pro and switch to Joy-Cons if I run a longer category.
I mean, technically they are.
Where do you save time with Joy-Cons?
I believe you can do down throw, because you can do down throws like mid-jump, there is a trick that uses that.
Is there a trick? There might be a theoretical thing in Shards and Bowser's? I'm trying to think if there's anything. Maybe I'm wrong, but I can't think if there's anything particularly fast. Someone in chat correct me.
It's very small. Either way,
Someone
it's
in
not going
chat
to lose.
correct me. I'm actually interested because
Either way, it's not going to lose.
I'm a Pro-Con believer. Oh no, it's not.
Like, being on Joy-Cons isn't going to lose you any time. So.
The Shards thing is theoretically faster, Dan? Okay, nice. Cool, I didn't realize that was confirmed. Is it in BTT yet? I'd actually want to see that segment. That sounds sick. Very nice spiny room for Triple. Hey There does it, I think. I don't think Hey There does the fastest version, but I saw Sledge post a theoretical clip that apparently is not in BTT yet. But that'll be interesting. Somebody in chat, grab some Joy-Cons, grind it for me, please. I need to see it. Yeah, Sledge confirming what I was thinking. But now David going for a moon clip. Very odd setup, but I think that worked. Oh yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Very nice.
Yo, Dan still got sub-hour? Nice.
Dansley got sub-hour. That's insane.
Yo.
That was risky by David. Almost throwing Cappy directly into that blowy Joey with, which would have caused, if he was a little bit slower, would have caused a wind gust to completely screw him over there. But thankfully, just in time, preventing that from happening. But to finish off Snow, we're gonna see TripleX buying a moon and then going for Snowdram. I don't know what version of Snowdram Triple goes for, but I think we might be seeing a setup this. think we might be seeing a setup bliss. But there we go. There's the moon. 100 coins down. Still above 100 coins if he wants to go for Spiritless and Luncheon later. But here comes the trick. Very nice setup. Amazing vector. Making it no problem. It was actually closer than I expected, but either way, getting it done, that's what matters. And there's Snow. Yes, David and Triple both throwing out some nice Goomba vectors. The Serenade. But we can look over at David's screen for a bit. We got some Resident Sleeper coming up next with Snow. Let's watch this Snowdram and enjoy it before we have to watch Seaside. I'm not a Seaside enjoyer here. So David purchasing this moon.
You don't like the elevator music?
No. Cannot say I'm a fan of the elevator music. But here we go. David going for Snowdram. We can discuss the flaws of the Seaside Kingdom later. Here we go. Snowdram.
I mean, when's the better time? When's the better time to discuss that?
Interesting. All right. Snowdram. After David gets Snowdram. David taking a nice time to set up Snowdram. Getting it without a problem. A little bit of a different setup than I've seen, but making it work nonetheless. And here we go. Entering the best kingdom in the game. Totally no sarcasm. It's so much fun to just go moon to moon, lose invisible time everywhere, and then just have overall a great time with this super cool movement. And hey, there we go. The rest of this is boring. Yeah, cool. We might get to see. We might get to see a chess clip. We might get to see another chess clip in this game. We had one in Cascade, one in Lake. We might get another one in Seaside. I'd guess Triple goes for it, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, but with optimal movement now with the fish dip and everything, like, the moons go just as quickly almost just as quickly as Lost Kingdom's moon route. Like,
oh, did he get the trick and go inbound?
No,
or did
he didn't get it at all.
Oh,
he didn't even get a clip, so he just swam back up.
Well, yeah, now we get to watch these super cool fishing, yay. Fishing in SMO just as epic as fishing in real life.
These are some hot takes.
Look, man, I don't like Seaside Kingdom. It's super not platforming based and a platformer. It's got a cool boss. Like, I'll give it that. David having some issues with the movement here.
Yeah, like the only interesting boss in the entire game. Like, come on. That's
the only thing it has going for it. It has volleyball, which is just a terrible minigame. Overly difficult, doesn't make logical sense. You know,
it's fine. That's fine minigame.
No, it's not. Volleyball's not fine. Oh, TripleX getting chess clip. Nice job. Gonna be going down, grabbing this moon before getting this chest, and David also getting chess clip. Let's go.
They might have flipped back in though.
I think that's good.
Oh,
yes.
Okay, we're good. Nice.
There we go.
First time in a long time that I'm going to see this movement. It's been a while since I've seen
slightly more interesting.
Yeah.
Let's go. But yeah, staying out of bounds to get... It's a shortcut. I guess that really was a shortcut. But now, under a dangerous ceiling, going to be avoiding all of these combo as TripleX globes and heads to the far more interesting kingdom, Luncheon. Much better, much more fun.
Path, by the way. I think you clip back in as like the moon is spawning from the ground pound moon.
Yeah, I don't know the optimal route.
Like you shake to activate the ground pound moon while still out of bounds, and then like swim up.
I don't know why that would be faster, but perhaps it is. I haven't seen the trick enough to know what's the best time. I don't think you can activate the ground pound moon any sooner if you're underneath it, but not entirely sure. I could be completely wrong there. But Triple going for Sol Triple, having a little bit of a mishap with the beginning setup, but getting it second try.
for the update in chat of 1 minute and 8 seconds behind, because I otherwise would have to be figuring it out myself. Because the splits are still not working for some reason. So.
No Spewerless from Triple? Maybe Triple doesn't do Spewerless. I thought he would. I'm sad. I was hoping to see a nice triple jump around this loading zone, and then, boss trigger, and then we would get a really nice route. But unfortunately, we're gonna have to deal with some more resident sleeper luncheon. No, I'm just kidding. Luncheon's
it does
pretty cool.
Look like he, it does look like he's went for it in the first race, but yeah, I guess he's just not
didn't practice enough.
Yeah,
That's
not
fair.
confident
That's
with
fair.
it right now.
No Spewer, no, understandable.
Yeah, so no spirit.
I'm personally at least go for turnip up warp. Yes, you'd better go for turnip up warp. Otherwise,
Yo, forkless?
I feel like we'll see a forkless. Forkless is faster either way, you know. Maybe a forkless copium. No spiritless from David either. I wouldn't expect it with a 101 PB, though you never know. I added it at 101. Don't know why. That was not a very smart idea in hindsight, but you know, why not? Oh, no forkless Sag. It's okay. Forkless is not worth it in my opinion. I have not figured out the movement enough to make it consistent enough, though. If anyone has a consistent setup, please let me know. I did turnip upward, but BP was too distracted to see it. Look, Sledge. Look.
Oh, homing. Cappy is going to the craziest spots for its homing. Did not get the crate. Had to like go a good 3 or 4 throws there to activate it. And then
getting an extra
throwing
coin?
Cappy past the turnip.
Oh, I think that'll work for the turnip upward. Here we go. Mario going a little higher, gonna try to do a really quick cat bounce here to get a Cappy return jump.
Nice.
Oh, very nice. Love to see it. Love
Good
to see
movement.
it. Getting a nice roll cancel over to... Yes, going too fast and missing the lava bubble cycle. That's always what you love to see.
Yep.
I love that you
What I
can get
wanted.
punished in this game for a 5-frame, the fastest possible spin pound. Because if you get the fastest possible 5-frame spin pound, then hey, look, you're not going to spawn the moon. Haha, funny.
Yeah. There are definitely places in this game where you get punished for going too fast. And it's a lot of fun for everybody.
Oh yeah, love to see it. No turnip upward from David, just going for this lame bonk strat. Bonking? That's like slow, right? Yeah, gosh. Cringe. Just kidding. That's much more consistent than what Triple did.
But Triple's
But wow.
cooler.
Very nice. That's not gonna work.
Oh, yeah, not gonna be able to get up there. Gonna do a bit of a lower jump.
Ugh. Not the most clean wooded. Yes, wooded kingdom. That's where we are. Not the cleanest luncheon from either end, unfortunately.
Yo, forest looks kind of weird.
Jeez, Dansta is
Jeez,
ashamed.
Please.
Dansta is ashamed, Triple. I'm sorry. It can't be that bad. I don't know what this quote is. What was that?
Whoa,
Oh,
what?
I've had that
Excuse
happen
me?
before. Just going slightly too far to the right and somehow landing with the lava bubble on top of that very game. Also not wanting to register a jump input from David. This is what a wonderful kingdom is Luncheon. I was saying that it was better than Seaside, but it's not really showing it. Like, you know.
No, it's not. Luncheon's always been an annoying kingdom.
Nah, I'm still.
Oh my-
It's because neither of them did Spiritless. That's all it is. You know, Spiritless Luncheon, much less cringe. You know, I'm sure everyone would agree that Spiritless Luncheon is far less cringe
Oh,
than normal
totally. Yeah.
100% Luncheon. You know, no cheese, just
That's why
Far
it
better.
took so long to adapt it, you know?
exactly. Yeah. Yeah, Spiritless would have made this go far better. But either way,
no.
TripleX finishing out the rest of Luncheon, just has the globe, and then he's out. David got a little bit more movement left to go. Getting this triple jump behind the mountain. No issues there. Kind of scary with that spin pound. Almost taking a spin drill off the side, but thankfully adjusting, going a little bit slower with it.
Oh!
Oof.
Bonking
That's
on the way
painful
there.
now.
Should be able to
Knows
cover.
the backup.
Yeah.
Not
Well done.
capitalizing on the backup, though. Not getting a dive! What is this game, man? Gotta love input drops. Alright, making it work there, though. Probably about a minute behind Triple now, maybe a little bit more. But, you know, time for us to take a little bit of a break. I'm gonna go get a slip of water. No, just kidding. But we've got Ruin Kingdom coming up next.
I was about
Pretty
to say,
long boss
leaving me
fight.
alone for the ad break.
Yeah, pretty long boss fight coming up here. But first, we actually do have a little bit of intense movement. Triple showing off a nice little spin throw roll cancel, and boom! That's the end of the kingdom. Not really, but that's the end of the interesting part of Ruin.
But of course, let's say this tournament, sponsored by Urban Arts Partnership, providing that $200 prize pool for this tournament. Great stuff. They are a fantastic organization that helps underprivileged students get into college. They got a large percentage of people of color, 92%, 50% of are women that are part of the organization, are part of the program. They also have a stat of 10% are gender non-conforming, which I always say is just a great stat for the fact that they keep a track of it. So.
Yeah, definitely a great partnership. Be sure to check it out. !UAP in chat. Also, huge shout outs to our runners, TripleX and David, keeping this race pretty close, 58 seconds apart according to the Ancient Angel. Thank you for the update. And huge shout outs to our restreamer, Saren. Much appreciated.
Yeah. Follow any of the people you're seeing or hearing. You can do exclamation point racers for the racers, exclamation point comms for the people talking to your eardrums right now, and exclamation point restreamer for the person providing the video.
Yeah, but there we go. The dragon finally defeated. I'm still unconvinced that the dragon smashing its head into the ground does less damage than Mario ground pounding on its head. Like, it seems like this right here would deal a lot more like jaw injury than whatever head trauma Mario's causing by completely just sitting on top of you. Like, Mario's just, he's an average guy, maybe like, Mario's pretty hefty, maybe 200 pounds, you know, but just, it's basically just jumping and sitting on the dragon. I can't be convinced that the dragon smacking its face into the ground does less than this. But yeah, here we go. David finishing out the final phase of this fight. Pulling out all of these swords. Not getting a Z input, because yes. But there we are. Triple going to be heading into bunnies. Very linear split. In Bowser's, you're required to get all 6 of the story progression moons in order to exit, so leads to a lot more linear movement and can be pretty intense. Lots of difficult strats to just get places as quickly as possible, so we'll see what Triple ends up going for. Nothing too fancy at the beginning. Nice little swag bonk there on the torch. And bopping the ogre. Pretty nice movement to start off bunnies with. And a swag spin throw, spin drill. Very nice. But now heading into one of the more intense parts of bunnies. We got shards up next. Very easy to lose a lot of time in the split. So let's see what Triple goes for. Lots of advanced strats like that down throw we mentioned earlier. Not even in the best theoretical time for this game yet. So very intense. Looks like Triple's
so
going for...
Yeah, for all your Joy-Con players, for you to make it into the BCT. That cheat.
Slight error there for Triple, but recovering very nicely. Ooh,
that bomb.
Not what you want to see. Not able to go for birdless. But not the worst shards ever. Recovering very nicely from all the mistakes. And there we go. Now we get to see David has an opportunity to make up some time in the shards. Might see a slightly different route with the down throw. Not entirely sure. But there's an older version of shards that's the slowest way. There's a down throw method that's slightly slower than the method that Triple went for, but perhaps a little bit easier for Joy-Con users, so might be seeing that. Oh, here we go. Looks like it. There we go, and we see the tick for the fourth shard at the top of the screen. Very nicely done by David.
Yeah, that was cool.
And now on the other screen,
Sarbomba.
TripleX going for Sarbomba and getting it seems.
Not the best positioning for it, but yeah, that was done. Well done.
Yeah, very nice. Gonna be saving a little bit of time over the normal first-person Harriet strats. Is Cappy gonna home in on the coin here? Okay, thankfully not. I was a little bit worried there, but making it work. Oh, home in. Good.
Yeah,
good save by David.
Yeah. I rarely get scared for that when they miss dive for that passage ramp, because at this point that is. I definitely did get scared
Okay,
of it for a while, but I've learned.
Triple showing off the fast topper beginning with the spin throw. Very nice. Love to see it. Very good topper fight overall. Cleaning up with ease. And David also going for Sarbomba. There we are. Also getting it. I need to get better at this trick, apparently.
I mean, it looks so cool.
It is. Yeah, well, Sledge, I'm sorry. We were a little focused on Lust. I can't recall whether or not I commented on it. Are you sure you got it in your race? Like, just saying, like, oh.
Yeah, David missing one of the bombs, so...
Yeah, Commentator just completely missing the fact that SMO David having some issues setting up for Furriot at the end there. Instead, focus on a past race and his past mistakes as a commentator. But anyway, now TripleX going to be heading over to Blind Jump. Or not so Blind Jump, instead with slightly faster movement. Going for Pipeless. Definitely not saving time with it, but still cool to see it shown off. And going for the faster Pokio movement as well, but unfortunately, not today. So this race, there's a pretty big deficit. However, David's not that far behind. It takes about...
Yeah.
If you go fast, it takes about 58 seconds to capture that pylon from the fade out. So David's about a minute behind. This is a portion of the game where none of the mistakes are incredibly likely, but there's a lot of ways you can lose a lot of time. So it's not outside of the realm of possibility that David finishes this off strong. So gotta keep going. can't take the rest of this match lightly from David, and neither can Triple. Has to be very careful with the strats he goes for, make sure he doesn't take any deaths in Moon, miss 2D skip, or otherwise. David getting blind jump, gonna be taking some damage to this Pokio. And Triple going for the faster strat to finish off this boss fight. Very well done. New TA, completely skipping a cap throw bounce, a cap bounce, and able to finish off mech a little bit quicker than you otherwise normally would be able to. Very well done. Now we've got David going into his own mech fight. Can't make any major mistakes here, has to keep it competitive. Good climb. You can back this up with that, very nice. Not quite able to get topper acquired, but making the backup work very well. Now getting back on top and has to wait out this rainbow romp phase while Galaxy 2. This phase while waiting to spin pound on top of the Harriet bubble and then get target acquired. That is not what you like to see.
Ooh, clipping into the Mecha Brutal.
I don't even know what happened there.
I
I don't think that was a clip.
No one understands the Mecha Brutal clip. Like, it is ridiculous.
Did he clip? I did not see him
I think he clipped through it. I'm pretty sure he clipped
and he's not in the correct spot to do this backup, but thankfully able to make it work, it seems. And now going to go for target acquired anyway. That's the correct play, I would say. Very nice. Okay, getting the backup, but really, that was dumb. I don't understand why that happened. He might have done a jump ground pound. Like, that could be an accidental thing that could happen. I don't know. He kind of just pressed Z and then utterly just fell off the Mecha Brutal. That sucks. Wow. But either way, TripleX, pretty well known for his Moon Kingdoms. Could see some pretty swag endings here, but not over by any means. Very consistent, but always the possibility of Invisible. David cannot consider himself out of this race.
Beautiful vector.
Oh, it's extraordinary. Triple is insane at Moon. Very clean outside movement as he heads over to the Sphinx to set up for Moon Skip. The first Moon Skip of the run.
Yep, and single wall jump as well, of course. Him
playing it safe with the Moon Cave grip. Making sure to get onto the red carpet securely. And looks like Triple's going for the faster strat to begin this boss fight. Very nicely done.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Now doing some nice spin jumps to avoid this incredibly hitbox Bowser fire. It's so large and fierce, you can't possibly... It's so hard to avoid, you know? It looks so huge. Definitely wouldn't be able to roll boost over it.
Not at all. David, having a little bit of trouble start of Moon Kingdom. Not looking good for them.
Here we go. Triple working through his final phase of this Bowser fight, and going to be heading into the escape portion of this Moon Kingdom. Final part of the run, you get to capture Bowser and carry Princess Peach away to victory. Looks like this could 101.
Yeah, most likely. Escape sequence takes about 2 minutes.
But do you think we're going to see a 2DSS? Triple's pretty good, you know? If he has some time to spare, might go for it a couple times. I don't know.
Maybe.
Seems feasible. There we go. Breaking open the pillar up here. You could get a way to skip this 2D section.
Yep, does the line for it. I've taken a couple tries. Still going for it. Okay. Oh! No! No!
Here we go.
Oh my god!
Let's go. Insane. Insane stuff from TripleX. That is an incredibly difficult skip. Going completely over the 2D section and just very nicely done. Probably didn't save much time over the actually going through the 2D section just because he had to take a few attempts. But making it work nonetheless. Very nice. But now the classic TripleX pillars.
Yeah.
Just so good at Moon Kingdom overall. But up next, the final place he could possibly lose time is if he gets an Inviswall here, but too fast for the Inviswall even. Oh my god. Just moving so fast, not even in danger of it. Actually insane stuff from TripleX. Very clean Moon Kingdom. 101.46 it looks like. Very nicely done. And that'll do it for the tournament for David, unfortunately. But GG's to Triple for his second win of this group stage. That'll secure a position in the bracket for him. But there we have it.
Yep, still have to figure out first and second seed for this group, but otherwise we know who's moving on from this group.
Yep. And David not opting to go for 2D skip, like, very understandable. But here's 2D skip. Okay, a little bit scary, but making it work. Just a slight head bonk there. Going for the second iteration. There we go. Nicely done. Shooting a few more fireballs to get into the final pillar sequence of this game. Looks like he could clutch out a sub 104 here.
Just barely, yeah.
Does that first pillar work?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're fine.
Gets it with 6 shots. I was a little bit confused there with the camera angles.
They threw out one more than they needed. I think those were all good.
Yeah, but either way, good first pillar. Grabbing the third there. And now just has to take out the fourth. Yes, the jump inputs. Love to see those get eaten. Love it. But there we go. SMOdavidTM going to be finishing out this tournament race with a 103.4x. Nicely done to David. GG's to both runners. And that looks like a 103.48. There it is. 103.49. Very nice.
It was a 48 according to our timer. Saren just bad. No, I'm kidding. I love you, Saren.
Poor Saren. But yeah, let's see. Are we going to get either of these guys in for an interview? Seems like TripleX will be joining us. Not sure about David. David declining the interview, unfortunately. But we'll get to talk to TripleX. how was that run overall? Wooded, no, it was lake and sand. Yes, we're not getting the safety checkpoint in Sand Kingdom, and unfortunately taking a death after the Treasure of Jaxi Ruins. Not the most common mistake, but very, very costly as you respawn all the way back at either employees only or the pipe. But able to hold it together for the rest of the run and pull out the victory. Lake Kingdom as well, bathtubing. Never like to see that, but let's see how he feels about it. Looks like we got him in the waiting room. Gonna drag him in shortly. And here we are. What's up, Triple? How's it going?
What's up? Alright.
How'd you feel about that run?
Honestly, it was kind of garbage, like, especially the early game. It was like,
I was just mentioning the sand and lake. The dive after the Treasure of Jaxi Ruins. It's such a painful mistake, you know.
Yeah, that's like that was annoying, but whatever.
Do you generally skip the checkpoint there? I don't. I know most people skip it because that's basically just a misinput error and just
Like,
not gonna happen that often. But,
like on the Jaxi ruins, or
yeah, I've started to get it recently just in case. But do you normally tend to?
I normally don't, but I might consider doing it.
Yeah,
after that.
It's part of it is right there, but also leaves a little bit more awkward movement. So
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah. The rest of the run though seemed pretty solid overall. Was there anything else that you thought was notable there? The luncheon not being
the
fearless.
luncheon
Was the
wasn't.
lack of practice there a little?
Yeah, Seaside 327.
Oh. Okay,
the
wait.
day
I need to ask.
Wait.
I need to ask. What do you call the new chess clip in Seaside? I have not heard a good name for this yet. I need
I don't know.
need a name, please. I've heard fish and dips. I'm still just gonna go with chess clip until I hear a better name.
Seaside chess clip. It's a
Seaside
pretty
chess
lame.
clip?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a pretty lame thing to call it, but I don't know what to call it either. So.
Okay. Troy, do you have any input here?
I mean, I use fish dip. I know
Fish
of
dip?
AC's.
Okay.
I know of AC's palace skip.
Palace.
Palace skip's pretty good. Palace skip is pretty good. Anyway, you were saying about Day Metro? Sorry, I cut you off there.
The day Metro was like 411 or 410 pace until like the people's room at the end, which is pretty dumb.
Yeah.
And I ended up with like a 421, it looks like.
Yeah. The people can be so trolly in that room. It's kind of annoying. Do you reverse peoples? It's so. I generally tend to go for it, but at the same time, would that have even helped there? Because Cappy just didn't really home in onto the.
Maybe, I'm not sure, because maybe if I like threw Cappy back and then did the triple jump on the thing, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's
like I know. Yeah, I know how to do it. I just generally don't go for it.
Yeah, fair enough. I couldn't tell if it was a viable backup for the positioning you were in, but either way, just it's always really awkward after missing the lever once. So
yeah, like I had a lot of problems with motion controls that run.
Oh yeah, spin throws.
Yeah, those didn't happen like at all. And the camera
Cappy homing to
sensitivity.
choose. Yeah, Cappy choosing to home into very odd things.
Yeah. Also, my camera sensitivity was set to very low, I think, and I normally have it on low, so that was kind of off-putting, I guess.
All right. So yeah, not like it was an okay run really. But you know, with that you're qualified. You know, like you're definitely gonna get into the bracket stage. It's just gonna be a matter if you're first or second seed. So.
Oh, that's cool, I guess. Just cool.
Yeah, it's no big deal.
Yeah. I get into, I move on from brackets every day, you know? It's just a thing.
Yeah, I get you.
Either way, congratulations. Never a guarantee, but
Yeah.
who's your last match against?
It's against Matt.
Matt. Okay, nice. Should be a good one.
Hopefully. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to like point out of my run. It was okay, and that's it.
Fair enough. So, any other final comments, Troy?
No, I think that's it. GG's to both players, and yeah, I had fun.
GG,
All right,
Dave.
well, yes, GG's to David for sure. Also, huge thank yous to Saren and UAP for the sponsorship and the restream. I just said that in the wrong order, but either way, huge thanks to both of you. That'll do it for today's SMO Any% tournament. Stay tuned in the future for more races, but until then, we'll see you guys later.